Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's good to be back after what feels like a long time. And it is, isn't it really? Hope everyone's doing alright. Thought we'd jump on a bit of TSW and in particular the ScotRail Edinburgh Glasgow because it came out for PlayStation yesterday, I think it was, which was a little bit delayed compared to everybody else. So I feel like a complete noob on this. There was some technical issues, of course, with the PlayStation version, which is why it released later. But anyway, here we are. Good to see you guys in the chat. Laserjet, how are you? Good to see you. Jack the Train Spotter, Corby. Hope everyone's doing good. Let's have a quick look. I bet most of you have already played this, haven't you? So let's just have a quick look what we get in this route. So I have played it a little bit yesterday, just to have a look around. So 224 services, that is a mixture of the 385, of course, which is the train that you get with this route. There is also the 314 if you've got Cathcart Circle installed. And there are also some Class 66 services, which I believe, let me just have a look, they come from Southeastern High Speed, so if you've got that installed, you'll see these. There is also the Railhead treatment train, if you own that, but I think actually there's just one service, and you can just run it with either of these two. There's no different services for the Railhead treatment train, it is the one service, so it's just a choice of what you want to actually run it with, so nothing too exciting there. But if we take a look at scenarios, we've got 5 scenarios. You can see I've just done 2 of these. Time to Glasgow, high grounds, don't mist around, snow drifting on rails, one step to freedom. So I did a couple of those yesterday, but I thought today we will jump into a service and just have a look at the whole length of the line. Oh, it's good, Corby. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm trying to resume normality as best I can. So I wanted to jump on today because I've been wanting to do this for a little bit, but obviously just not been in the mood. But Laserjet says it's Railhead treatment train service only. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. So let's have a look at the timetable. We'll do the 385, of course, 4-car. And I was having a look earlier, and I think we'll do the 1 hour 28, which is, I think, about 8:44. 1 hour 28, which is Glasgow, Queen Street to Edinburgh, Waverley. So we'll pick that one. What we'll also do is just change the date to something in the summer, I think. So we go for July. We can see a little bit more of it then. We don't want any mist and rain, although probably, knowing the dynamic weather, it will kick us into the mist at some point. So let's jump in. If you're interested in On the Road, by the way, just let me tell you this whilst I remember. The big patch came out for On the Road yesterday. I did put that in. I did start recording something and came across a bug, which has been fixed just this morning. So I had to abandon yesterday's recording. So I will record something on that, and I'll put that on the feed either later today or probably tomorrow morning. So just look out for that if you're interested in On the Road. So here we are, 1 hour 28, Glasgow to Edinburgh, 8:44 in the morning. Operate a commuter service from Glasgow, Queen Street to Edinburgh, Waverley. So let's get started. We'll get everything set up. I believe the doors are on the right, but we've got to put the master key in first. Let's just double check. Yeah, we're okay on the right. Let's get everything set up. We'll put the screen on and we'll log in. Now, one thing I will say, and I need more practice, this screen is a little bit tricky on the controller. But I think practice will make it a little bit better. It also depends, I guess, on the sensitivity settings of your thumbsticks, which will make it a little bit easier to control. But there we are, we're in. So that means some of these buttons are quite small. Let's put the lights on in the train. We'll go to the announcements, but let's get everything set up first. Let's just check the lights. We've got the tail lights on there, so let's put the lights to full. There we go. We don't need anything else there. Safety systems are over on this wall. So let's cut that in. I think there's 4 of them we need to do. That's it. Okay, let's stop the alarm. So let's have a look around the outside first of all. It's a very nice unit, this, isn't it? I don't know the 385 in real life, but this livery, I love this livery. It's really nice, this. Nice and fresh, isn't it, that? And this station, actually, this station's well modelled. This is, I've not been to, I've been to Glasgow Central many times, but I've not been to Queen Street. It's obviously a lot smaller than Glasgow Central, but I love the way the light comes in through this roof and these shadows. I've got to tell you, River are actually putting out some good stuff now, I think. They're definitely improving, aren't they? Each release that they do, which is brilliant for us as players. So anyway, let's get the doors locked. I do think that alarm on the doors goes on a little bit more than it needs to. Whether that's an acknowledged bug, I don't know. But let's just have the see it sorted.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Yeah, love it. Okay, right. Let's just check the chat. Oh, I can see Farah is coming in. He's just watching the adverts. Good morning, Farah. Say, Burns. You're watching it at work. Excellent. I love it. All right, we do have a red light, so we'll just pull up a little bit. We must be waiting for something to come in. Croy is the next station stop. We'll just edge forward a little bit. We don't want to spat at the first red. It's got to be at least the second or third red, hasn't it? Wouldn't be right to do it on the first one. Now, the other thing, as we move along, let me know how the sound is, because when you're outside of the train, it is quite loud. And again, I don't know if that is a bug. It seems overly loud, and I've had to turn the sound right down. And then when I go into the other routes, the sound is very low. So I think that must just be some kind of anomaly there that they can fix. Great to have you back, Tintin. Missed you. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's been difficult, but yeah. We'll see if we can get back on the horse, as they say. Let's have a look what I'm waiting for here. There must be somebody in front of me somewhere. Let's have a look. There he is. Or she. Yeah, see, even the horn, that echo on the horn. It's brilliant. TLC, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, art-wise, Corby, yeah, Rivet are good. It is. Doesn't it look nice and fresh, this? It does. I don't know how far up there I can get. Oh, there you go. I can get to the road level. That's quite good. That canopy there is brilliant. I love how they've done that. Oh, look at this. We've got a kebab shop. Look at that. Now that is new, isn't it? Because we usually have the chip shop. We have the standard asset chip shop. There's a newsagents with the frosted out windows. But there we've got late kebab, open all night, sit in or take away. Is Scotland famous for kebabs? Don't know. Tempted to pay full price on this one. Love the TSV, but yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning of the stream while you were watching my adverts that I played this yesterday a couple of times. I just did 2 scenarios. That's all I did, and they were just over an hour each. And you know, I really enjoyed it. It's all about first impressions, isn't it? Here's our train. I think if you bought it full price, Farah, so far, I don't think you'll regret it, to be honest. We should get a green or a yellow straight away. SNCF, how you doing? Bonsoir. Why, how late is it, Kobe? Are you still in Spain, Kobe? Right, we've got a green. So let's get underway. So it's a combined throttle and brake lever, of course, and which makes it easier. Although the brakes actually, the brakes are a bit tricky at first. On the controller, you really have got to see there. I tried to turn off the throttle. You've really got to press R1 to turn the throttle off. You've got to almost leave your finger on it for a split second. But it's, you know, it's just, again, it's like any other train that we get for the first time. It's just a matter of driving it, isn't it, a little bit, and you get used to it. But yeah, we'll get going. Good speeds as well on this route. We get to go to a decent speed. 10 miles to Croy. Don't forget, let me know about the sound. I'll turn it down if it drowns me out. Look at the glare on the signals there. That's a nice effect. It's like a flaring effect. Hey JK, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks. SNCF, yeah, good. Enjoying the first 14 minutes. Well, I kinda cheated. It's a channel first look. My own personal first look was yesterday. So yeah, I did have a quick look. But it looks nice, doesn't it? Look how sharp it looks. I have set it to July so we could see what it looks like in summer. I know one of the big attractions is the dynamic weather and the rain and the mist and the snow, and it does look good with that weather, but equally, look how bright it is in summer. It's really quite nice. So lots of people have commented that in this 385, the view here from the driver's position is, well, it's very narrow, isn't it? But all these units are very narrow, aren't they? It's very rare, isn't it, that we get a full windscreen to look out of. But it's fine. It's fine for me. Alright, 60 miles per hour. We've got 70 coming up. I'm very clear. Okay, that's good. That's good. ironic doing this today, as ScotRail are the only ones not on strike. Is that right? I noticed it was quiet on the roads this morning because I know that a lot of the teachers are out as well, aren't they? It was very quiet. Hey Steve, how you doing? Good to see you. 18, good to see you back. Thanks mate, I appreciate it. And thanks everybody for sticking with me these past couple of months while the channel has been quiet. I know you guys all understand why, but yeah, I was always going to be back. It just takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? Use the cab ride camera. Oh, you mean the... Oh, hang on, that's the external cameras. You mean the black and white? Yeah, this is quite nice, isn't it? This is quite a new idea, isn't it? I do quite like this. The old sepia tinted look, which is... That is the actual camera there. In the desk, in the dashboard. But yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Right, let's get this speeded up because we've got 7.4 miles still to Croy, so let's get up to speed. We can do 100 in this section. Let's change back to the cab for a second. Thanks everybody for coming in. So if you missed the beginning, I was just saying at the beginning that if you're also interested in On the Road, there was the big patch yesterday. I will be recording a look at that later on. I did try yesterday but came across a bug, so I had to abandon it after 20 minutes or so. So I will re-record it later because it's been fixed now. There was a smaller patch this morning to fix the bug. So I'll go through that, we'll have a look at that, so I'll put that on the feed. Let's tell them about the smoking. Yeah, it's difficult to hear, isn't it, when you're moving? Because I guess the announcements are taking place in the actual passenger section through the door. But when you're at a station, you can hear those quite clearly. What is a shame actually with this is that I know you've got like a sort of you can have the announcements on once, or continuous, or repeat, then you set the number of times. And I don't know in real life, does it have an automated system where as you're approaching a particular station, it reads out the station that you're approaching, and then as you leave, it tells you what the next one is? Does it do that in real life? Is it just not implemented on this route? I don't know. That would be nice, wouldn't it, if it auto-announced the next station without you having to press the screen. But I'm fine with it because all this kind of stuff is brilliant. It's come so far, this game, hasn't it, when you think about it. I don't think the GSMR is working, is it? Or is it? Which one's the on button? Is that it? No. No, there's nothing pressable on there. SNCF, you might wait until Monday if you want to buy this route. Yes, it's nice. I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming this is popular. I know the UK ones are really popular anyway, but this is quite nice. I want to make sure I show you the outside as well, because there is a lot of nice scenery to look at. in typical fashion, we're probably going to be late, but I'm not too worried about that. .8 miles to go, so we're actually due in about 23 seconds, but I need to keep my eye on the braking, as I mentioned earlier. Are you just waiting for Sunday's stream to see what new announcements they have? Yeah, it's always an interesting stream, that, every year, isn't it? Because it's the only time we really get to, you know, find out up front what the plan is. And I'm an ambassador, but I'm the same as you guys. You know, as an ambassador, it's just to show off the routes. You know, we don't get any additional information that you guys don't get. When you find out, we generally find out. So I have no idea what's coming up in the stream. So, you know, I'm as excited as you are for that one. So I'm going to start the braking quite severely. I don't want to do an Arosa and go straight through. I can ease off slightly, actually. Now the weird thing is as well, you see that? Can you see in the hood the BC dial? I've got the brakes on, but nothing's happening there in the BC dial. Now it is, but look how up and down it is. I did ask about that with the other ambassadors, and apparently that's just the way it works, which is a bit weird, because obviously I don't know about you guys, but I do use that BC dial to just kind of show how much brakes I've got on. But that doesn't really tell me anything. You'll see now that we're stopped, can you see it fluctuating? Even just sat here, it's fluctuating up and down. Now that might be the way it does it on the 385. Alright. Falkirk High is next. 9.8 miles. So it's got 4 steps of throttle. So the good thing is with this unit, you can put it straight in notch 4. And certainly in this weather, there's no wheel slip. So SNCF, you're thinking probably Niddertalbarn, something for West Cornwall. Yeah, they say the stuff that's already been kind of teased. 6% chance of Skyhook US route. 6%. That's very specific. Farah, you've started the Japanese rail sim. Peculiar game, but you're enjoying it. It is, isn't it? It's strange. It's very strange. It's oddly quite addictive. I mean, there's obviously not a lot to the route, the main route and the branch line, but it does keep you coming back. JK says, have a question. I'm a rail fan, but I don't know many facts. Also don't live in the UK. Why is the glass on the UK train cab half size on the left side? Wouldn't a full size windshield on the front be more comfortable? Yeah, I think JK, the only reason for that is that if you have a look, let me just make sure I don't speed. If you have a look on the front, they're all designed to couple to each other, so there isn't a version of a 385 without the door on the front. So, you know, it's so you can join up as many units as you want, basically. You can join them all together. So these ones are purely passenger cars. They don't have any drivers area in these ones, but the top and bottom can be joined. So they've obviously had to split it to accomplish that. And inside the cab, you can move all these doors around so that these two areas, the second man's seat there and the driver's seat, can be completely blocked off from the public. So that passengers can walk all the way through the train without coming into the driving area. So that's probably the only reason why, I would say. Yeah, as SNCF says there, yeah. But you're right, it would be nice if it was a bit bigger, but you get used to it quite quickly. Alright, 5.6 miles to Falkirk High. Just speed up a bit. The other thing is, this 385 does actually accelerate quite fast. The acceleration actually reminds me of the networker. Remind me of the class number, the one on Southeastern High Speed, the Nippy networker. It reminds me of that. It's not 465, is it? Is it 465? I can't remember. 465, there you go, thanks SNCF, I thought so. No, that's alright, JK, no, it's a perfectly good question, that. It's to do with economies, isn't it? And you know, being a bit more versatile and be able to use them in different situations, I think, rather than have this end of the unit that can only be used for driving. Yeah, pack people in and more money. It's exactly that. Yeah, yep. I do like both routes that we've got in Scotland though, Cathcart Circle and this one. Obviously in the future I hope we get more in Scotland, especially the Highland line. I'd love to play the Highland line. I know you can get that in Train Sim Classic with the Class 37. I'd love to run that in this. Because I'm a big 37 fan. As well as the Class 150, before you say it, SNCF. I do like the 150 as well. Yeah, you see, so when I'm in notch 1 of the throttle, if I just press R1 now to go to off, doesn't do it, it flicks back to 1, so you have to hold your finger on there to get it to off. Where's the 150 video? Well, you know that will come eventually, especially if somebody has done a 150 in the ScotRail livery on Creators Club. I will look for that. A good line to have would be Glasgow Central to Stranraer, yeah, down to the ferries. Yep. Oh, we're going to be pushing it here now with this. Oh no, we're okay, we're okay. I thought we were going to shoot through Falkirk High then. Should be good. Tok says, are there steam rail tours on this from Spirit of Steam? No, there are no included services for the steamers. But of course, with the scenario planner, you could create their own, but there are none included with it as standard. Alright, this is Falkirk High. I think the ambient sound as well has been updated. I've not noticed before, there's people coughing, there's different types of car horns going off in the background. All good stuff. Right, 3.1 miles to Polmont. Let's have a look at the map actually. I'll show you the map. So, you've got Glasgow down this end. This is Edinburgh up here. So about halfway down, I would say, at the moment. One of these services just takes just under an hour to get the whole length of the line. And as we said at the beginning when we were having a look what was included, there's over 200 services. So not all of them are the full length of the line. Some of them are depot services. But there's plenty to do, as usual. Should keep you busy for a while. In the background, I've been playing Birmingham Cross City still quite a lot, which is very similar to this, isn't it? In many ways. That's a route I do quite enjoy. You know, normally I'm not a fan of the commuter stop-start routes. This one has got a perfect mix of both, because there's these long stretches now where we can get up to speed. And just by design, normally the commuter routes are very start-stop, aren't they? You don't get a chance to get going and have a good run. But this one, there's some longer sections that you can really have a good go at, a good blast, as it were. Just set the power off. Little bit of brake, 0.7 of a mile from Polmont. In fact, let's put quite a bit of brake in. Let's not shake anybody about. In fact, you know, we're not doing so bad time-wise, are we? We've caught up a little bit. And that's what those fast sections will allow you to do. Just over half a minute behind. So maximum speed 100 miles per hour. There's not too much. There's some light in here that we can click on and off, but there's not too much else on this panel. Obviously the door controls are up here on the left. Signal, guard signal. Right, Linlithgow. Let's put it in notch 4 so you can see the acceleration. Thanks everyone though for coming in, appreciate it, and all the likes as well, which is brilliant. Thanks for that. Try and fly by. You can have a look at the train. This was another thing, wasn't it? The first class blinds will randomly be up, down, part way up, part down, depending on what the weather is doing. If I understood that right from the dovetail stream. Which is quite an unusual thing, isn't it? We've got a 90 coming up. So Linlithgow is approaching. Let's get some brakes in. So, you know, I do think that this route has got a lot to offer. And I said at the beginning, the rivet routes have really improved, because you guys know, you've been watching this channel for a while. You know, Rivet's first route was Arosa, wasn't it? And I wasn't that impressed with it. Maybe it was the choice of route, because it's a bit different, isn't it, to most other routes. But then West Cornwall is actually one of my favourite routes, I would say. I mean, it does have a 150 and a 37, so I mean, it's right up my street. But, you know, regardless of that, I know some people weren't keen on some of the scenery, but West Cornwall, actually, I do really like. This one has is even an improvement on that, and I don't want people falling out that door, but they're getting better and better. And I'd wonder if that is because, you know, a team like Rivet, for example, or unlike Dovetail are actually taking care of the game itself as a whole, whereas a team like Rivet and one of these other third-party developers get to concentrate on the actual route or low-core DLC that they're there to work on. So, you know, they've got less distractions, so they can put more time into it. You know, this route looks like it's had a lot of time put into it. And every single time they bring something out, there's a massive improvement, which is great. It's been that long, you can't remember which side of the route the stadium is. It's coming up on the left at Haymarket, I think, in 15 miles. Yeah, it's a big stadium on the left. Which one is it? Is it Murrayfield, or is it Rangers or Celtic? Or is it Hampden? I'm not sure. It's Murrayfield, is it? Ah, okay. I'm not going to read out what you said there either, Seaborns. For the exact reason you wrote it. You're not going to get me to read those out. Actually, I'm probably alright with it, apart from the last one. Milngavie, Kirkcudbright, Achtermushti. Yeah, this is the bottom one. It's the last one. I'm not sure of. Paradise. As you come out of Queen Street. Oh, can you? Right, okay. Yeah, I know a couple of years back when I was going to the Highlands, I was coming up the motorway in Scotland, going through Glasgow. Can't remember which motorway is it. Is it M4? No, it's not M4, is it? Anyway, whatever the main motorway is. And I could see left and right, I could see the two football stadiums. One was on my left, one was on the right. You sort of go over a big bridge with Glasgow on your right hand side if you're heading north, and I could see the two football stadiums either side in the distance. Oh, I got the last one right. Oh wow, there you go then. See, I'm more of a northerner than you think. Right, are we getting a little bit of mist here in typical train sim fashion? Could be. But don't worry, we'll still be able to see the stadium because it's right next to the track. Just outside of TSW, by the way, we mentioned on the road. Don't forget we got Fernbus coming up at the end of February, and also yesterday on PlayStation was, of course, Power Wash Sim. I haven't picked that up yet, but I will be doing. And it is out on PS. I think Bournes, you asked me, is it on PS4? It is on PS4. PS4 and PS5, and it was already out on Xbox, I think, wasn't it? A while back. So yeah. Oh, you've already got it. Yeah, I noticed it was 20 quid, which isn't bad, and there was the Tomb Raider DLC, which was free as well. So yeah, Farah's going to have no money left if he buys this and Power Wash Sim. He could say bye to about 50 quid there. There you go. It's out. Getting it today. Yeah, it came out. I think that was yesterday as well. And that came out yesterday. Yeah, 20 quid. Which is not bad, is it? 20 quid. That's reasonable, I think. And I haven't seen it, but I imagine on the PS5 it looks very, very nice. Right, just over 9 miles into Haymarket. You see there with Farah, right, it's like going fishing. You just cast your line out, mention a few things, and wait for him to bite. And the wallet comes out. I think me not doing any streams for a couple of months has probably saved you a few quid, Farah. Right, so I need to get my speed down. Let's take a look outside in this mist. Yeah, this livery is great. Anybody know how old the 385s are? They look fairly modern, don't they? I mean, the front is ugly. Because of this big door, it's really ugly. Imagine what it would look like without that at the front. It would be actually a very nice unit, but the rest of it's nice. Right, let's get some speed back up. 7 miles to Haymarket now. SNCF says it's 3 to 4 years or 5. They look quite modern, don't they? They do look quite modern. Once we get to the other end, to Edinburgh, we'll also have a quick look in the passenger saloon as well, because I had a quick look around that last night and I was quite impressed with the level of detail there as well. Just a few minutes away now. See what I mean though about this route? There's these big sections, quite fast sections. And talking about fast sections, I don't know if you guys filled in the end of year annual DTG survey. If you did, you'll know that at the bottom there is an opportunity there to state what route you would like to see in Train Sim World, and it'll be no surprise because I've mentioned it often enough, but on mine I did put Preston to Carlisle over Shap, West Coast Main Line. And I don't care if that's a Pendolino, I don't care if it's old, I don't care if it's the APT, for example. Just give me Preston to Carlisle over Shap. and I've mentioned that every time I filled that survey in. So I guess they sort of count them up and see which are the most popular ones. But I know on the forums, some other people do agree with me. Some others just put that they would like a section of the West Coast Main Line, which, you know, I would also like. To be honest, if they gave us the it was Euston to Birmingham, wasn't it? I think the one that came out with the Train Sim Classic just recently. I'd be fine with that. Which of course would be a Pendolino. Dijon de Macon, that's what you put, was it? A French route. Yeah, because after the TGV, they didn't go back to France, did they? Right, so Haymarket's coming up. Let's see if we can see the stadium. I'm going to start slowing down a little bit if we are sightseeing. It's coming up on the left-hand side, I believe. There it is. There it is. And it's a shame because there's a good level of detail on that as well, which you can see it now. We're quite close to it, but if you come past here with no fog, it's actually quite nice. But there it is. Did I just get neutralised? Oh yeah, it sounded like it, didn't it? Yeah, I heard it clunk. Yeah, it must have been a neutral section. There was a definite clunk, wasn't there? I was just wondering that myself. Egg chasing stadium. Yeah, I think Farrer is the rugby fan. I'm not a massive fan of rugby, I must admit. Haymarket, platform 3, and we're due in at 9:33, which is quite nice. Why am I so slow? It's because I kind of slowed down so we could look at Murrayfield on the way in. That's all. And it's not worth speeding up with less than 500 yards to go. And I'm happy with the time anyway. We'll arrive slightly later, but. Here we are, Haymarket. And we are on time. Calling at Edinburgh, next stop Edinburgh. Collectibles, of course, there's a route map. I haven't picked up any of these yet. There's another one across there. I think there is also a haggis, isn't there? And the usual tourism poster, I believe, is the other one. Check the stop marker. Could, but I didn't see a message in time, unless there's one at the end of the platform. No, there isn't. Remind me at the next station. Right, got a 20 coming up. The wild haggis are difficult to catch, yeah. So Edinburgh is just the other side of this tunnel, of course. Bright lights as we come out of the tunnel. Take a look at Edinburgh as we approach it. A double yellow. Platform 14. Just small details like the track joint noises. Great. Take a ride on the lift. Yeah, we'll have a look at the lift. It's that bright light then, just as we came in the tunnel. Doesn't seem right to me. That it's like a bluey grey light as you enter the tunnel, and then as you come out again, it looks a bit odd. This is Edinburgh, or if you're American like Corby, Edinburgh. Once we complete this, I'll just go to free roam and we'll have a quick look around the station. Now you got to watch these buffers because there's nothing on the front of this train. If you hit that, you're straight through it. You know what I mean? There's no buffer stops on the front. This is a nicely modelled station. Look, even the detail around the bottom of these pillars. They're quite, you know, as Corby said at the beginning, you know, artwork-wise, it's very nice. Let's get the doors shut. We'll go to free roam. Edinburgh's the posh part of Scotland, is it? Yeah, I've never been to Edinburgh. Not been to Edinburgh. Glasgow, yeah, Glasgow's more, because of where I am in Preston, it's easy to get to Glasgow. Doesn't take that long. Let's continue and let's go to free roam. And what we'll do is we'll get out of the seat and we'll just go and have a quick wander. Oh, let me. 8:44. This service is due to leave, but I wanted just to show you. And it's quite nice. Even, you know, even the route map. We got the route map there. The posters are ScotRail posters about fare dodging. It's good. Just a general level of detail is excellent. It's really nice. Child seats. Toilet, of course, doesn't work. Everybody always wants to have the working toilets. Let's open the door. We'll go for a quick wander. Let's have a look. There's a collectible right there, so that's one of the posters. Got the Highland cow there. I'm assuming this is Edinburgh Castle. Up there. We've got the barriers. I don't think we can go through. No, oh, we can go through the barriers. There you go. There's the piano, which plays a song with Yamaha there. I assume that's meant to be an anagram of. Right, let's have a look around this side. What we've got. There's a ramp there to street level. That's nice, isn't it? Look at the dome. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably copyrighted, that song, yeah. Now then, where is the lift? Tell me where the lift is then. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Ah, there you go, bagpipes. I forgot about that one. It's not corny at all, is it? Oh, we're in Scotland, let's have bagpipes. I mean... Right, we've got to call the lift, haven't we? Where do we call it? Is this one actually working? Right, I can't get in. Do I got to go upstairs? Let's go upstairs and have a look. So maybe you can't call the lift, you've got to actually get in it where it is. Right, my lift isn't working. SNCF. Oh, platform 10. Right, what platform am I on? Is this not 10? Let's have a look. So is there just one lift that works? What platform's this? $19. Alright. Let's try and go to 10. Which platform is this? 11. So is this 10? Ah. There you go. So not all of them work, just these ones. So let's go up. Let's have a look. Found it. You see, that's a small thing, isn't it? But again, they've thought of it, and they've thought, what would be something that people do when they go to these stations? And that is exactly it. Now, up here, you could probably do with a few more people, because you've got the lift there, but you would expect to see people going in and out. But not to worry. I mean, it is quite nice, that, isn't it? And again, another well-modelled station, just generally. But it is quiet. Let's go back down. It's even got music. Department store music. There we are. So, there we go. That is a full run of the line. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's nice to be back. Thanks everybody for the support. I do appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Bit by bit we'll build it up again, and we'll do a few more of these. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good rest of your day as we look at Stew's Brew. And I will catch you on the next one. All the best, everyone. Cheers.